MSNBC's Joe Scarborough singed Donald Trump's apathetic discourse at the most recent conservative political action conference. Trump went after Sens. Joe Manchin, R. West Virginia, and Kyrsten Sinema, D. Arizona, for casting a ballot for the Inflation Reduction Act, yet the Morning Joe have said that was rich coming from a previous president who approved a monstrous tax break for the well-off. "I have a couple of words for what we recently heard," Scarborough said. "It is a fat, swelled, 1977 time-style Elvis schedule, playing hits from an earlier time, pitiful, good for nothing, and the crowd is simply there making a half-hearted effort. See that? It's simply despicable. It's miserable. Here is a person who, after he passed the grossest tax reduction bundle ever for the most extravagant tycoons and global partnerships on the planet, he flew down to Mar-a-Lago that evening and shared with his tycoon companions lounging around his table, 'I just made every one of you significantly more extravagant today.' I think most common Americans, most working-class Americans are truly happy that a portion of, that the actual bits of regulation he assisted pass, the duty with billing he helped pass, the arrangements that permitted the greatest global organizations on the planet to cover zero in charges, those bills got stripped," Scarborough added. Senator Ted Cruz, R. Texas, and Steve Bannon utilized brutal language to provoke up the group, and Scarborough helped watchers to remember their part in the revolt. To the extent that Steve Bannon goes, "Better believe it, we are at war," he said. "We're at war politically with folks like Steve Bannon. Opportunity-cherishing Americans, Americans who put stock in the Constitution. Steve Bannon is a person who said his legend was Vladimir Putin, said before he even got into the Trump White House he needed to destroy everything, he needed to destroy the state. He needed to annihilate the state. He expressed that before Donald Trump was sworn into office. Indeed, that is precisely the exact thing he attempted to do." The program's makers showed a photograph from the meeting of Trump portrayed as Rambo, with a strong build and holding a rifle, however Scarborough was disturbed by it. "Kindly, snap that photo down," he said. "Could you at any point bring that down for me? Bring that down." Trump overwhelms CPAC 2024 official straw survey in Texas. Donald Trump has been blamed for heaving proud facism and blood and soil way of talking in his meandering aimlessly discourse at the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, in Texas over the course of the end of the week. The previous president pushed the idea from the stage in Dallas on Saturday that the U.S. has been pulverized since he gone out in January of a year ago. He guaranteed that wrongdoing is crazy and that joblessness was soaring, in spite of true figures showing that it's at its least level in 50 years. His dull comments drew objection via web-based entertainment, with Texas Monthly columnist Michael Hardy blaming him for prompting savagery. Mr. Trump started his 108-minute location at the end by "Hello pleased nationalists" in the crowd in the wake of making that big appearance to the tune of "God Bless the USA." Joined by previous White House specialist and current Texas GOP Congressman Ronnie Jackson, Mr. Trump noticed that he was a chief of naval operations, a specialist, and presently he's a representative. He added that he had asked what Dr. Jackson liked. "He kind of shown specialist since he wanted to check my body out. It was serious areas of strength for so strong," Mr. Trump said. "This is no time for smugness. We need to jump all over this chance to manage the extreme left communist maniac fundamentalists," he said. "We need to hit them incredibly hard. It must be a devastating